I'm really happy about all of the wonderful discussion and the great comments that have happened with the first two videos. Thank you so much for all of those comments. If you remember, our first video was all about how to use power poses to strengthen yourself as a sensitive person, how to use the combination of body posture, meditation, and conscious thought to really power yourself up with just very little time invested. And we talked about the physiology of it, how your body is wired to be sensitive to your posture. So these power poses help you much more than they help the general population. So that's one of the bonuses of being a sensitive person. Hi, I'm Reverend Harity, the confidence coach for sensitive souls and the spiritual mechanic. And today I'm going to teach you what to do whenever you have a huge hiccup in your life or in your day and your emotions are out of whack, your sensitive soul is just raw and vulnerable, and you don't really know what to do. As a sensitive person, you have major control over how you feel by simply paying attention to your body posture and how you are holding yourself. Now, this is a huge advantage because this means that with just a couple tweaks in your lifestyle and in your body posture, you can feel confident, comfortable in your own skin, and secure in your daily life. You can completely release old habits and beliefs of feeling small or not good enough, and you can find that place where your spiritual knowing of who you are as a badass can actually come out and be a badass in the real world instead of just knowing that's who you are but feeling stuck. And that's what I'm here to help you do. The technique that I teach has been tested on hundreds of sensitive souls and empaths, and over 95% of the time it helps sensitives go from feeling anxious or worried or stressed to feeling calm, centered, and relaxed in less than 5 minutes. So this is an exceptionally powerful technique, and I'm going to keep talking about it because of how powerful it is and how life-changing it can be for you. So as a sensitive person, how do you go from feeling knocked off track from something in your day or some event in your life to feeling confident and in control again? Total honesty time, I had one of these moments today. I really did. I was just feeling nervous and overwhelmed because of how much work I put on my plate for the day. I put just a little bit more than I probably should have. And I had a little mini breakdown. So I'm going to explain exactly what I did so I could get back on track and really get to a place of calm and confidence again so that you can use this in your own life. So first I'll give you the background. I was preparing to make this video and I've already made one other video today. And for me, that's a lot because I always feel very vulnerable whenever I make a video. It's something that's very emotionally taxing for me. And this isn't a problem. I know this about myself. This is something that simply is true for me right now. And so what I did is whenever I recognized that I was really stressed about it, I reached out to someone. That's the first thing you want to do, is I reached out to someone that I trusted. So for you, you want to think about people that you know and trust and actually make a list of the top 3 people who you trust enough to really help you whenever you're feeling down. And for me, it was my husband. I just said, James, I'm feeling really stressed. Do you have a few minutes to talk? And he did. So I just sat down and I did a little vent. I did a little brain dump, an emotional dump. And I told him I was going to, and he totally was able to receive it because, first of all, we know each other very well, and he was just able to receive that it was just me needing to vent. I just had some angst and some emotions that needed to come out. They weren't logical, they weren't based in reality. So the first thing you want to do is find someone you can reach out to and talk to. And also it's really important, if all you need is to just vent and to talk about your emotions, let them know you're not looking for a solution. So I let him know I didn't need a solution, I just needed to vent. That's the first step. And then I vented. And I just let him know that I felt stressed and overwhelmed, and because of the state I was in, it felt like the overwhelm was never going to end, which is bullshit. And I knew it, and he knew it. And luckily, hopefully, you will know it too whenever this pops up, because it's going to end. It always ends. It's just a matter of taking the time to actually honor what's going on for you now, what's true for you now. And in that moment, what was true for me is that I was overwhelmed and I was stressed. Next, what I did is I took a breather. I sat down, I didn't make myself do anything, and I took 10 to 15 minutes to just decompress. I surfed on Facebook, I clicked the like button on posts that I liked. Like, seriously, that's what I did to decompress. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't meditation, it wasn't any of the other techniques that I usually teach, but that's what I needed in that moment, and so I honored that. And then the third thing I did is I did actually use the technique that we've talked about to get myself feeling comfortable so that I could record this video and so that I could talk to you. And that just involved the Wonder Woman pose with my shoulders relaxed back and down, my feet about shoulder width apart, my hands on my hips, and my chin up. And I just sat like that, stood like that for about 5 minutes. I didn't even time myself. I just waited until I felt grounded again. And once I felt grounded, then I started doing the work so I could show up here, so that I could speak to you, so that I could teach you what I know, and so that you can benefit from this knowledge. I've been getting a few questions about the technique and how to use it, so I'm just going to answer those for a few minutes. First of all, some people have been reaching out wanting to know where to get the PDF. There will be a link to the PDF right below this video, and you can download it. It has all of the information of the 5 poses that you can use to allow yourself to be both sensitive and strong in 5 to 10 minutes a day. Also, I'm getting a few comments about people feeling anxious whenever they're in the pose. That's okay. Remember, this does dissolve by day 4. So if you're feeling just a little bit anxious as you hold one of the poses, don't worry about it. This does dissolve by day 4, and it's completely normal. It's part of the process. And why should you go through this process where you purposefully encounter a little bit of anxiety for a few days? Well, it's because you, who you are on the soul level, deserves to be in a body that feels confident and strong. You were born with a purpose. You were born to help the world in some way. And I don't personally know exactly what that reason is. It could be to be a fantastic mother or father. It could be to start your own intuitive business. It could be to do something else entirely. And it really doesn't matter what it is. If it's what your heart and soul wants, then the world absolutely needs it. And the more you can do that with confidence, the better the world is going to be overall. Imagine being able to spend your entire day in a state of confidence as your default, where you feel confident and comfortable and calm and relaxed. And if anything pops up during your day that could cause anxiety or stress, you know that you have all of the tools and resources you need to get back on track, so that your anxiety never trips you up again. Even when you have the bad days, even when you feel stressed, it doesn't stay that way. You can transition it effortlessly back to a place where you're calm and centered again. You know how to do that, and that's what I want for you. There's nothing that I want more than for you to have that experience, because I believe you deserve it. I know you deserve it. And furthermore, I know the world deserves to have you as a full participant, not held back by fear anymore. Just take a minute to ask yourself, what would your life be like if you were to wake up and have that level of confidence, have that level of self-assurance? What would it be like if you knew without a doubt that you had the skills and resources to make whatever dreams you have in your heart come to fruition? That you knew how to manage all of the emotions that come with being a sensitive soul. You knew how to deal with all of the beliefs, all of the angles, all of the sometimes tricky parts of being in a really sensitive body. How would your life be different? What would you have the courage to act on that you have been too afraid or anxious to act on? I've already created a PDF, and in these 3 videos, I've outlined 3 fantastic processes that you can use anytime in order to take yourself from sensitive and feeling anxious and stressed all the time to feeling sensitive and strong. And if that's all you did, then you would be set. But if you want to take this to the next level, if you want to really guarantee your success, then I am going to be offering a new course that I'll tell you all about in my next video. So if you know that you want to take your transformation to the next level, if you know that you're ready to be a part of a life-changing program that will help you implement these changes and help hold you accountable, then you definitely want to pay attention to the video that's coming out in a few days. Because I'm completely committed to helping you develop your confidence, this is going to be a limited time offer. This is going to only be available for a short time, and enrollment will only be available for a short time. So if it's something that you want to think about and feel about and pray about, then you definitely want to check out the offer as soon as you can on Tuesday whenever it's released, so that you can really take it to the next level and think about it and feel it out to see if it's right for you. Love to hear from you. What do you think of the 3 tips that I have outlined here about what to do whenever you have a bump in your life that causes you to go from feeling confident or at least comfortable to feeling completely insecure? So go ahead and leave a comment below. And also, if you have any tricks that you use to go from feeling anxious to confident again when you do have those bumps, go ahead and let everyone know. Thank you, and I'll see you in a few days.